Are we at a table with a criminal? Like, are we going on vacation with a criminal? Like, had a feeling.
Don't know wait on the thing that I wanna get nasty. Don't know wait on the thing that I wanna get nasty. Don't know wait on the thing.
You've seen this type of video. Your girl is back again with another story time. If you're new to my channel, hey girl, hey. And if you're a returning subscriber, I don't even have to say anything because you know what's up. I know what's up. We know what's up. And that's on wet. That's on wet. That's on period. And Mary had a little lamb. As y'all can see by the title of the video, today's story time is going to be about one of the worst couples trips I ever been on. And this is actually the only couples trip I've been on. I don't typically get invited to couples trips, y'all. I be going on girls trips and that's about it. But this is one of the first and only. I don't want to say last because all of my friends, they have mans now. So I would definitely pop out the country on another couples trip. But this couples trip, y'all, it was hell. But before we get into this video, make sure y'all like the video, comment something. If you are OG, comment OG. Like the video, comment something because it helps my engagement. Also, y'all, I decided to record this video while the sun was setting. So if y'all see the lighting looking off, that's why. And another disclaimer, because y'all been asking about this hair. Every time I post a video, y'all are asking about the details of this hair. And I do not want to forget to tell y'all. So this hair is from Asteria's Hair. It's a 30-inch, 13 by 4. And I think it was like $600 or $700, y'all. But I am going to link it down below for y'all. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get to this video. Y'all already know in order for any of my story times to make sense, I have to give y'all a little backstory. So my man had invited me on this trip, and I know y'all be like, Asia, don't go on trips that you are invited to. Like, if you're not planning a trip, don't go on a trip, y'all. But it was different because I don't want to say I knew these people, but I knew of them. Like, these were my man's friends, and I don't want to be seeing my man this whole story time. So I'm gonna go ahead and title my man, what's gonna be his name? Let's call him Jeff Bezos. I'm manifesting that for my man because that's how much money I want him to have. I want him to have money like Jeff Bezos. So that's what we're gonna name my man. That sounds so cute, Jeff Bezos. That sounds so cute. But anyway, y'all, Jeff Bezos had was like, babe, let's go on a trip. There's this festival coming up in Austin, and I'm gonna be going with my homeboy. We're gonna go ahead and give his homeboy a name. Let's call his homeboy Baby. Yeah, let's call his homeboy Baby, and then let's call his homeboy girlfriend Sugar. Is that right? Sugar Baby or Baby Sugar? Y'all gonna see. It's gonna start to make sense once I continue with the story. But yeah, we're gonna call the homeboy Baby, and we're gonna call the girlfriend Sugar, and we're gonna call my man Jeff Bezos. So Jeff is just like, Asia, me and Baby want to go to Austin because they have this music festival and food festival in a few weeks, and we want to go. So we just decided to invite y'all. We just gonna make it a couples trip because Sugar, she also wanted to go on this trip. And I looked up the concert, y'all, well, the festival, and I didn't know any of these artists. Most of these artists were like local Austin and Houston and Texas rappers. And I don't have the best music taste. I listen to a lot of mainstream artists. So 9 times out of 10, I didn't know anybody on this lineup. I was just there for the vibes. I seen that they was going to have food trucks and barbecues and turkey legs. I was just like, yeah, I'm in there, like somewhere. Get the ticket and I'm there. So this was probably, I want to say it was probably like 3 weeks before the event. And keep in mind, I didn't personally know these people, but I do want to say this wasn't my first time hanging out with them. We would have been to like game nights of theirs. We have been on a whole bunch of couple dates. I want to say we probably been on like 3 brunch dates, 1 or 2 dinner dates, and I think I attended like 2 game nights with them, like as a couple. Like, they're cool people, but I wouldn't consider Sugar a friend. She was just my boyfriend's girlfriend. That's kind of how I seen her. So she's more of an associate, y'all. Like, I wouldn't hang out with her if my man was in there. She was just Baby's girlfriend. So keep that in mind. And it wasn't weird. Also, I also want to mention that we were going to be staying in the same exact Airbnb, but we were going to drive our own car because just like me, Sugar, she's not really a music person. She don't know who half of them people was that was going to be performing. So we said if we decided that we didn't want to go to the festival or if we didn't want to stay the whole time, we'll just carpool together. Jeff drove me and him in his car, and she drove Baby in her. Baby and Sugar, they drove together. They carpooled together. Like, we were under the understanding that once we got there, me and her would be together, and then Jeff and Baby would be together, and we decided that we didn't want to do the same thing. Keep that in mind. So fast forward to, I want to say like 2 weeks after this. I know it was like a week right before the trip, and I remember we went to where did we go? I'm not even gonna say the name where we went because it's literally up the road from my house, y'all. But it was just a little breakfast date. It was nothing major. Literally, I think I woke up out of bed, I brushed my teeth, and I think I probably went to this brunch spot with pajamas on, y'all. It was just a random little brunch day. My boyfriend was just like, baby and Sugar said they around the corner. Do you want to meet up and go to And I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. So we pull up to this little breakfast spot with them. This is my first time going in there. It was real cute in there, y'all. It was like maybe one or two other people in there. It's literally a small little coffee shop up the road from my house. Nothing fancy. So we're in there and we're having two different conversations. Me and Sugar's having a conversation, and Jeff and his homeboys having a conversation. But I'm not gonna lie, their conversation was a little more interesting than our conversation. Like I said, she's more of an associate. Like if I didn't know her through my man, I wouldn't hang out with her. I'm definitely the type of person that can vibe and talk to anybody, but we didn't really have anything in common, y'all. So I'm listening to their conversation a little more. Like me and her, we doing a whole bunch of small talk, but then Jeff and baby, like they friends, so they in a deep conversation. I don't remember how this conversation got brought up, but all I recall is Jeff being like, baby, have you been able to find work yet? And baby's like, nah, bro, I haven't been able to find anything, but I really don't want to go back. I really don't want to go back. I'm still looking. I'm trying to find something under the table. I just don't want to go back. So when I hear this, baby, that antennas go up, y'all. I'm real nosy. So I'm just like, you don't want to go back? Like, are we at a table with a criminal? Like, are we going on vacation with a criminal? Like where does he not want to go back to? So I'm thinking, oh, he just got out of jail, or he was in jail. Like, I'm really trying to put two and two together, but I'm not trying to make it noticeable that I'm in their business. So, yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. I know Sugar was annoyed with me because I was really into their conversation. Like, I'm fake listening to her, but at the same time, you could tell that I'm fake listening because I'm just like, oh, for real. Like, I'm hitting her with one of those because my ear is really in a conversation, y'all. Like, I'm real nosy. So fast forward, we probably at this little cafe for about an hour. We go ahead and wrap up the tab and we head to the car. Y'all know the first thing I say when I get to the car, I'm like, Jeff, why baby gotta go turn himself in? He looks at me, he's just like, Asia, what the F are you talking about? What the F are you talking about? Get real hostile, man. And I'm just like, why does he have to turn himself in? I heard him say that he really don't want to go back. Like, go back where? So then Jeff calms down, y'all. I was about to call my man his name, but anyway, Jeff calms down. He busts out laughing. He was just like, girl, he ain't going to jail. He don't have to turn himself in. That's what you get for being nosy. So now I'm bothering him. Like, I'm not even letting him drive the car, y'all. I'm not even letting him put the car in reverse because I want this heat. So I'm just like, why he gotta turn himself in? What is he talking about? Like, it just sounds real serious. Like, he don't give criminal, he gives victim. Like, he gives the one that is being criminalized. Is that how you say it? Yeah, he just gives the one that's being pursued. Like, he doesn't give criminal. So I'm trying to really figure it out. So he was just like, nah, his work visa had expired and he's about to have to go back to India for a little bit. So he hasn't been able to work. And I'm like, all right, that make a lot of sense now. So now we both laughing and my man is just like, he basically talking about me bad, y'all. He just like, see, you so nosy. You always in everybody's business. You real nosy. That's what you get for trying to put two and two together. And I'm just like, no, I just want to know like who we going on vacation with. Like, y'all, I'm trying to spin. I'm just like, I want to make sure I know who we sleeping with at the B&B. Like, if I'm going to be around these folks, I really want to know what they into. We about to go on a whole vacation together. Like, yes, we have done little dinner dates and stuff together, but I don't know them like that to be staying with them. So I really want to know what type of stuff they into. So he was just like, yeah, you just real nosy. And then he goes and he brings up this whole situation back when he first met me, y'all. Like, my nickname he calls me Lil Nose because I be in everybody. I don't want to say, that sound bad. Like, I be in everybody business. But basically, I'm obsessed. Well, I don't want to say obsessed because that sounds crazy, y'all. But basically, if somebody is fighting or I have any commotion or anything going around me or if there's a car accident on the road, I'm the person that's slowing up traffic to be nosy and look and see what's going on. One time back when I first met my boyfriend, I remember I was moving out of my first apartment, and he was helping me move into my second apartment, and we didn't really know each other like that. I think we probably had been dating for maybe like 3 months around this time, and there was a whole bunch of commotion. Like, my door was open because I was getting ready to move, and I had left the door open for him because he was helping me move my stuff. But y'all, I wanted to freshen up and take a little shower before he came because it was getting a little tired. But simultaneously to that, I heard a lot of commotion. It was a bunch of stuff going on, and it was like sirens, and it was a whole bunch of yelling, and I heard glass breaking. So y'all, I had my towel wrapped around me, and I ran outside. And at this time, I lived on the 3rd floor, and the commotion was happening directly in front of my building. And I couldn't just look out my window and see, y'all. It was on the opposite side. So I ran outside with my towel to see what was going on. And it just so happened that Jeff was coming up the stairs to my apartment. So he's looking at me like, why you outside with a towel on? And my face and eyes is glued to all the commotion that's going on. He was just like, girl, get in the house, like, you real nosy. So we have this little inside joke where anytime I'm being nosy, he just be like, touch your nose, like, go in the house. Like, he always brings that situation up. But y'all, if I see a fight or if anything crazy is going on around me, I want to know what's going on. But anyway, I digress. We still in the car or whatever. We laughing about that. And out of nowhere, y'all, I had one of those Raven Simone vision moments. And my brain just thought back to all the times I hung out with Baby and Sugar. I don't know why, but I was just like, wait, we be going out a lot. We be spending a lot of money on all these little restaurant dates, seafood dates. Like, we be going out a whole bunch. We have done like immersive game bogs. We have done all types of little cute dates. So I'm thinking back, and I look at my man, and I'm just like, babe, if he haven't had a job for months because his work visa expired, who been paying for all of these dates? So he looks at me, and he was just like, who you think? And I'm like, I don't know, his savings, his like how I'm supposed to know, his credit card, like what? He was just like, nah, Sugar been paying for everything. How you ain't peeped that? You didn't see she just paid for brunch? You didn't see that? And I'm like, nah, like I like, my brain don't think to pay attention to that. Like, when the tab come out, I look the other way. Like, I wasn't thinking of any of that. So immediately, I don't like Baby. Like, I'ma just chop it up like that, y'all. Immediately, I didn't like Baby because I'm like, I don't like that. Like, that's bummish. Like, I understand you have your issues with your passport expiring, but the fact that we be going on all these little datings and outings, and homegirl, my girl that I don't even know like that, but she my girl when we together, she been paying for everything. Like, I immediately didn't like him, and I probably was wrong for not liking him or writing him off because of that, y'all, because at the end of the day, that ain't none of my business. That's her situation. But subconsciously, y'all, I just didn't like him. This not even my friend. But if you my friend and you and your man fall out, or you tell me he punched you in your eye and y'all make up over dinner and coochie, I'm never gonna like him again. Like, I don't care. Like, if you and your man fall out and you get back with him, keep it a secret. Like, all my friends that have got back with their exes and stuff, they know. They don't tell me until like a year or two later, because they know I'm gonna be the friend. Like, I'm just a real friend. I'm gonna be like, you dumb, you stupid. Like, why you took him back? You want your other eye black? Like, that's what type of friend I am. I'm really tough with love or whatever, and I expect the same thing vice versa. But anyway, y'all, hey y'all, I'm in bed and I'm editing this video, and I want to touch on this part of the video just a little bit more because I know a lot of women watch my channel, and I'm probably not the only one that have went through something similar to this. But if you have a friend and you confide in her and she listens to all your horror stories and your drama and your anything that you go through, and she's always supportive of it, don't go back and tell this friend that you got back with this man or you did this. Like, that's not only hurtful to you, but it's also hurtful to your friend. Like, we have feelings. So now when it comes to my friends, and if it's that friend that's always getting back with little Eddie that done jumped on her for the 110th time, but she not gonna prosecute him, when it comes to situations like that, it goes into one ear and out the other. Because when you trauma dump on people and they feel like, we feel just like y'all feel, but it's even more hurtful when you find out somebody that you love is going through something, or they being stupid for somebody. So that's what I mean when I say, if you're my friend and you go back and you tell me something that someone's done to you, and this is not the first time, this is like the 50th time, and you want me to be a cosign dummy, you want me to just listen to everything and knowing that you're gonna go back with this man, like, nah, I'm not the friend for that. I'm gonna keep it real. So that's what I meant by this. And also, if you are that type of friend, please be mindful. That situation happens. Ooh, the lighting getting low. Let me turn on the light. I don't really like the lighting now, but I'm gonna go ahead and continue because I feel like y'all gonna be mad if I break this story time up into 2 parts. I'm gonna try to post this tonight. But anyway, where was I? So yeah, I end up finding out that he doesn't have a job and she's basically been funding his lifestyle. Anytime we go out, he's doing everything. Like I said, that's none of my business, but subconsciously I don't really like baby because I feel like that's bum activity. Like I just don't like it or whatever, y'all. But like I said, not my friend, not my business, never gonna mention this to them or anything. I'm just like, okay, that's that or whatever. We still going on our little trip. Fast forward to that Friday, me and Jeff, we carpooled together and we head to Austin. I think it's like, Austin is like 2 to 3 hours from where I currently stay at, y'all. And they lived, I don't want to really say where they live at. So I'm just going to say that they live closer to, I'm gonna say they live closer to the Woodlands. So if you from Texas or you live in Texas, they live all the way up north, and I live closer to downtown or whatever. So I leave my house. They leave their house like 30 minutes after we leave the house. And we're basically just gonna go there early. It was like around, I don't know, how early was it? I wanna say it was like around 8 or 9 o'clock. So we were gonna get there around like 11 or 12. And then y'all know check-in at most hotels aren't until 3. But the hotel that we stayed at, the not hotel, but the Airbnb, that we didn't have access to the property until 4. So we was just like, let's get something to eat. So we went to IHOP, y'all. So we at IHOP and we get in one of those little booths or whatever. The same thing, me and Sugar, we talking and we doing a whole bunch of small talk. Cause like I said, y'all, outside of me doing double dates with her, she wouldn't be like a person that I would just hang out with. My personality is very like, I can't really describe it. Like, I just don't think that like if I didn't know her through my man, like I wouldn't, like this wouldn't be the type of person that I would hang out with. So anytime that we had little conversations, it would just be very surface level. So I don't mean to be nosy, but really I will always be in a conversation with my man and what you call it and baby, because their conversations was just a little more interesting and on my speed. So it's the same thing happening, y'all. We at IHOP and somehow we start talking about celebrity crushes and all of this stuff or whatever, and then they end up getting into an argument. So Jeff was saying, and when he said now he don't got no celebrity crush, but he was saying back then his celebrity crush was Zendaya, and then Baby was saying his celebrity crush used to be Beyonce. Mind you, Baby is Indian, y'all, and his girlfriend is Indian. So she was just like, it's kind of weird that your celebrity crush is Beyonce because I don't look anything like Beyonce. Like, don't you think that's kind of weird? And then I started thinking about it. Like, she had me about to pop off on Jeff because I'm like, hold on. I don't look nothing like Zendaya. Like, why is that your celebrity crush? Like, she started to make me second guess my whole identity, y'all. She was just like, oh, that's the type of girl that you would really want to be with. People say when you're a celebrity crush, it doesn't look anything like your current partner. That means that you're just settling, and that's the type of person that you want to be with. And then I'm not gonna say that I was agreeing with her, but I definitely seen where she was coming from. And then I'm a girl's girl, so we at the table together and it's 2 against 2. I'm definitely gonna be on her side just because she had a vagina. So that's what it was. So I'm just like, yeah, but I'm not really getting mad at my man about it. I'm just like, yeah, that's a little odd or whatever. But then I'm kind of playing sides, so I'm not gonna hold you because I do feel like she was reaching. Like she was definitely reaching. So I'm like, but then again, Beyonce, he said Beyonce and Rihanna. And I'm like, Beyonce and Rihanna, that was like every boy's celebrity crush. Like that's every little 15, 16. Like what man is not attracted to Beyonce? It's Beyonce or whatever. And he's like, see, baby's like, see, Asia, she gets me. And I'm like, nah, but I do see what my girl coming for. Like that's wild or whatever. So she gets pissed off, y'all. And she was just like, no, that's crazy, like whatever, like I don't really care, that's just personally how I feel, blah blah blah. And then she kind of just get quiet at the table. So now I'm jumping in to their conversation. So now me, Baby, and Jeff, we all conversing at the table, and I don't know what we were talking about at the time, but I think it was some beef going on. What the beef was going on with, I don't know, y'all. It was some celebrity beef that was going on. So we hopped to another topic and we started talking about that or whatever. And then all of a sudden she just walks out and she goes to the car. I didn't mention this, y'all, but we both parked, like I parked, well I didn't drive, but Jeff parked directly in front of how do I want to say Zaxby's, but we were at IHOP, y'all. He parked directly in front. They parked kind of around the block. So when she left out, at first I was thinking maybe she just went to the bathroom. Like I didn't really see where she went. So after maybe like 20 minutes of her not coming back to the table, Jeff was like, hey, can you go to the bathroom to check on her, because that's a bit odd that she just like up and left like that or whatever. Like she ain't came back. So I went to the bathroom. There's no Sugar in sight. I don't see her. So I come back to the table and I'm like, can you call her, because I don't see homegirl. She's not in the bathroom. So of course the baby is calling her, blowing her phone up. He says that the phone was going straight to the voicemail, like she playing on the phone, like she would pick up the phone because he would hear the rings and then it would press in, like she kept pressing the end button or whatever. So he goes out, he's like, hold on, I'm gonna be back. So he leaves out or whatever. So I'm assuming obviously she went outside or she went to the car. So he leaves out and me and my man, we at the table and we kind of just looking at each other like, why you didn't tell me that they be doing all of this? Like, why you didn't tell me that? Like, why you ain't tell me that they be doing the most or whatever? And he was just like, bro, this is my first vacation with them. I ain't never been outside of Houston with them. Well, we was still in Texas, y'all. But he's like, I ain't never been outside of Houston with them. I didn't know that they was gonna be making a big deal about little stuff. And mind you, y'all, any other time that we would hang out, like when we would do breakfast dates and little game dates and little we would mainly do like little bowling and just like little stuff. We've never gotten into any, I don't know, y'all, we never got into any deep conversations, any crazy arguments. Like we would play games and link probably, I want to say 6 or 7 times before this trip, and nothing like this has ever happened. So he was just like, I ain't know they was crazy. He comes back in, and when he comes back in, y'all, this man's face is like bloodshot red. And like I said, he's Indian, so he's of a lighter complexion. So he was just like, bro, she slapped me. I'm done. I'm getting a bus ticket. I'm going back home. Like, y'all, I ain't never seen this man mad like this before. Like, the neck was girthy. Like, he had, oh, why did I say that? Forgive me, y'all. I can't say that. But anyway, y'all, his neck had grew like 2 inches inside. Veins was popping out of the neck. Like, I ain't never seen this man this irate. He's angry, banging on the table. He's like, yeah, I'm going home. I'm taking a bus. And then Jeff's like, nah, bro, you don't even got to do that. I'll drive you back. And I look at him like, driving back where? Because if we go back home, we're not coming back to this festival. Like, I don't know how much you spend on these tickets, but if we have to go, we're not coming back. So I'm looking at him like, don't say that. Like, we'll pitch in on his ticket because we know he don't got no money or whatever. He just got dust in his wallet. But we not pitching in when it comes to driving him all the way back. Like, he ain't gonna have no money to give you no gas money. Like, no, he need to go ahead and make up with Sugar so he can get him some moolah and we can just carry on with our weekend or whatever. So he's just spazzing out, and Jeff is just like, babe, like, go check on her. So I go out to the car and I'm like, you good? And she's just like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm over him. I'm done with him. Like, he's so unappreciative and insensitive. So I'm trying to validate her opinion. Well, not opinion, her feelings, y'all. But at the same time, I don't really know what to say. Like, it's really awkward because the situation was so minuscule. Like, it was a small situation. She's just like, yeah, I'm just done with him. He's so unappreciative. He's so disgusting. Like, why would he say that? And I'm just like, girl, it's okay. Like, I don't think he meant it like that. Like, we gonna have a good weekend. We gonna go out tonight and get drinks. Like, I'm just trying to say anything to cheer her on. I'm just like, girl, like, we gonna be outside tonight. Like, it's okay. Don't even let that bother you. Like, we out of town. Like, let's just have a good night. So I'm like, do you want me to order you something if you don't want to come back in there? She's just like, no, I completely lost my appetite. Like, I don't even want anything. I'm just gonna stay and you can text me when y'all getting ready to leave. I'm just like, no, like, you coming inside. Like, come on now. We not gonna do this. So she's stubborn. She's also a Taurus. So she's just like, nah, I'm gonna stay. I'm staying in the car. It is what it is. Let me know once y'all are done eating, and then I will come in to pay. So I said, what? She's like, let me know. It's like I heard her, y'all, but I couldn't believe it. I was appalled. I'm like, what? She's like, let me know once you guys are done eating, and I will come in and pay. And that's that. Like, I lost my appetite. So when she said that, I'm like, wow, like, how you find these type of men? Like, how is this okay? But I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna text you once the tab comes or whatever. So I go back inside to the table. By then, baby has calmed down a little bit. Like, the veins, they slowly leaving his neck. Like, he's not as red or whatever. He ain't talking with his outside voice anymore. Like, he has calmed down just a little bit. He's kind of just venting to my man. And now I don't switch sides. I'm just like, yeah, she OD. Like, I don't believe that to be the case. Maybe she was mad about something else. And he was just like, nah, bro, we've been good all week. We haven't had any arguments. Like, I don't know what's wrong with her. Like, we've been good or whatever. We talk about it. The situation is over, y'all. We kiki at the table. We wrap everything up. The tab comes. My mind doesn't think to text her to say, hey, the tab is here. So I don't really text her or say anything about the tab or whatever. My man ends up taking care of the tab. We leave, we get in our car, they get in their car, and then we went to, it was like a little vinyl store that was like around the corner from the IHOP, y'all. We spent like a few hours in there. We went to another little guitar shop, and before you know it, it was time to check into the Airbnb. So we go to the Airbnb, and this was the second red flag that this trip wasn't gonna go how it was planned to go, because when we first got to the Airbnb, she put her stuff in the living room. Like, she didn't even want to sleep in the same room as this man. Like, she literally was just like, I'm gonna take the couch. And I'm like, all right, like, I'm not gonna beg you to sleep in a comfortable bed. Like, if you want to take the couch, you can take the couch. I didn't know if she was wanting me to like convince her or to say something, but I didn't say anything, y'all. She's just like, I'm gonna take the couch. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I run up the it was a townhouse, y'all. So I run up the stairs, I go to our room, I start unpacking my stuff, and I hop in the shower. And when I got out the shower, her stuff was no longer downstairs. She was back in the room with him. So I'm like me and my boyfriend, we're in the room, and I'm looking at him, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, she is bipolar. Like, you just said you was sleeping on the couch, and then I guess nobody didn't kiss your booty for you to come upstairs, so you just decided to go in the room or whatever. So we talking about the situation. We like, all right, that's weird as hell, but baby, that's y'all. We here for 2 days, and we gonna make the best of it. So fast forward to that night, we end up going out to this little lounge. And when we go to the lounge, they are known to be more of like the rowdy crowd. Like, when they go out, they don't know their limits. Like I said, I have been out with them a few times in Houston before, and it has resulted in people going to jail, people getting assaulted. Like, it's been all types of stuff. So I'm not gonna lie, at nighttime they do usually get rowdy when they drink, but it's not typically like they're not rowdy towards each other, y'all. Like, they rowdy when it comes to like other people. So this was one of those nights. We at this little lounge, and I don't know what happened to what, because me and Jeff, we was in our own basal world, baby. Like, we had our own little area, whatever. I'm dancing on him. We smoking hookah. Like, we're doing us, but it was some type of commotion going on right beside us. Y'all know, baby, I'm nosy. So when the commotion started going on, I look over there and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And my man's like, what's going on? He's getting between baby and another guy. Like, he's holding them back or whatever. So the guy's all in baby face, and he's talking to him crazy. He was like, bro, she didn't say she had a man. Like, she could say that if she wanted to. And I'm looking at Sugar, and she thinking it's cute, y'all. She's giggling in the section. She's just like, like, you can tell the girl was past drunk. Like, if there was a DUI for being, can you get a walking DUI? A WUI? Like, if you can get a ticket for being, I guess that's public intoxication. Is that public intoxication? I don't know, y'all, but she couldn't even walk straight. So if there was a DUI for walking straight, she would have got it, y'all. Like, the girl was just gone, like, off the hinges, gone. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm trying to talk to her on like some, what's going on? Like, did you give him your number? Because they saying stuff back and forth. Like, the guy, I didn't know if he was just saying this to spite him, y'all, but he's saying all types. He was like, bro, she gave me her number, and I have her on Instagram. He pulling up his phone. He was like, if she had a man, she should have said that, and I would respect it, but obviously you're not a man. And then baby is going back and forth with the guy. The guy, like, he wasn't 7 foot, y'all, but the guy looked like he could have really moved baby. Like, it wasn't gonna be a fair fight, and I don't want my man going to jail because y'all gotta jump him and still lose. So calm down or whatever. So I'm talking to her. I'm trying to get it out of her. I'm like, girl, what's going on? She's just like, man, I don't know. He does too much. Like, I'm just trying to have a good night. And then that song, Good Night. Y'all know that song. That song comes on, and I remember it because she kept repeating it all night. She's like, tonight's gonna be a good night. Wow, the men are literally going back to back about to fight in the damn lounge. She's hopping around the little section, and she's like, tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's gonna be a good night. And I'm just like, I got a feeling. Like I'm going along with her because it's just like y'all can handle all that's going on. Like they tapped us down. They don't got no metal on them. There was detectors and they did all of that before we came in the door. So whatever happened, jump them. Like we don't have anything to do with that. So me and her in the section just bouncing around. I'm trying to catch up to her because I don't like being around people that's intoxicated, y'all, and they the annoying intoxicated people. Like I like to be also on your level. Like if I go out with somebody and I'm sober and everybody's drunk, I'm gonna start drinking just a little bit to be on your level. Or if I'm drunk and you're sober, like I'm not gonna outdo anybody when it comes to social drinking, y'all. So if she's drinking a little more and everything she say is annoying and she dragging her words, I need to take a few more drinks so I don't know that she annoying. So I'm taking a few more shots or whatever, and we just dancing or whatever. You know what we do. Y'all know how girls are, dancing, hyping her up. She hyping my back up. I had on a freaking skirt that night, y'all. I don't know who told me to put on a skirt, but nothing was moving, but she's hyping me up or whatever. And the situation with the guys have completely calmed down, but baby was like thrown off the entire night. Like him and her, they back not on good terms because she definitely violated him. She definitely gave her number out, definitely gave her Instagram out. And she was also being flirty. Yeah, the dude was wrong, but at the same time, he didn't know that you had a boyfriend or whatever. Like, that's your responsibility to say that. So that's pretty much, at the time, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, all right, he ain't messing with her. That happened or whatever. But me and my man and Sugar, we all just vibing. And baby is, now he's pissed off in the section or whatever. And he kind of just like to himself. Like if a song came on, he liked the song, he would like nod his head. But it was just giving bobblehead. He's just like he wasn't really into the night. I feel like, I don't know, y'all. I just feel like he was bothered. Like anytime I would look over at him, he's like, I don't know. His vibe was just completely off. But anyway, we end up staying out to like, I want to say until the little lounge closed. I think it closed at like 2 a.m. And after the lounge, we went back to the B&B and I was tired. So as soon as I got back to the B&B, I took a shower, y'all. And I went straight to bed. Like I went to bed and my man was downstairs. Jeff, he was downstairs with baby and they were talking or whatever. And I remember maybe like 30 to an hour after me being in bed, I just felt him coming into the room and then he got in the shower. Fast forward to like, I want to say, I don't know exactly because I didn't pick my phone up exactly when I was woken up out my sleep. But at 4, I want to say like 4 a.m.-ish, I hear commotion. And like I said, y'all, I'm nosy. So if I hear commotion, I want to know what's going on. I don't know if this commotion happened in my dream or if it's happened in real life, but baby, I'm going to know what's going on. So I wake up out my sleep and my Jeff, he's literally not in the bed with me. Everybody's downstairs. So I start creeping, y'all. Like I really didn't want to get up because I was tired. Like I love my sleep just as much as I love being nosy. So I'm creeping down the stairs or whatever, and I'm creeping and I see not Jeff. He ain't have a knife. Why am I forgetting these names? Baby, she has a freaking knife. And not baby, Sugar, y'all. Sugar, the girlfriend, Sugar, she has a freaking knife and she's walking towards them or whatever. And I'm honestly, at this time, I'm thinking I'm hallucinating. I'm just like, nah, did somebody slip something in my drink? Because there ain't no way that all of this is going on. And mind you, I just woke up out my sleep, y'all, so my pupils are not even fully dilated. Like I'm squinting and I'm like, and at the same time, y'all, I have like the comforter wrapped around me. I don't have no clothes on, so I'm not fully trying to go downstairs. But once I seen that, I start walking closer downstairs, and I walk downstairs with the comforter on me, and I'm just like, what is going on? And he's just like, bro, they've been fighting all night, and I'm just like, over what? He's like, grab her. And I'm like, hold on, like I just woke up. I can't start grabbing people. She might cut me. Like, what's going on or whatever. So I'm talking all calm, and I'm just like, what's going on? What's going on? And I just recall Jeff screaming to the top of his lungs. He's like, grab her. So I don't grab her, y'all. Cause like I said, she got a knife in her hand, and I don't know if this is real life or dream life. So I'm not grabbing nobody. Like I'm still trying to fully wake up and adapt to what's going on. So I walk in front of her and I look at her, y'all, and the girl looks like deranged. Like she looks like she's not all the way there. So I'm not grabbing anybody. I'm just like, Sugar, put the knife down. Put the knife down. Like, what's happening? What's happening? She was just like, no, I'm tired of him. He choked me. Do you see my neck? Do you see? No, girl, I can barely see. Like, I just woke up. I don't see no neck. I don't see anything. I'm just like, calm down. Put the knife down. Put the knife down. But I'm not touching her, y'all. I'm just like, just put the knife down. Put the knife down. Calm down. And then Jeff is holding back baby. Baby's like standing on top of the couch because I guess I don't know how he got on top of the couch, y'all. But Jeff pretty much, I mean, he has his hand pretty much around his neck and chest, trying to like completely push him back. And she's trying to still come towards him with the knife. And my man Jeff, he's yelling at me like, grab him, grab her. No, I'm not grabbing this orangutan. I'm not grabbing her. Like, no, I just woke up. I'm not grabbing her. So I'm too tired to even be mad, y'all. Like, I'm annoyed because I'm sleepy and all of this is going on. So I go back upstairs. I grab my phone. I see that it's like, I want to say it was like 4 a.m. But when I first woke up, I feel like I probably was down there for about 15 to 20 minutes. And I didn't really realize it because I was moving in slow motion. Like, I'm not a morning person, y'all. So when I go back downstairs, the same thing is happening. He's trying to separate him. And he's like, grab her, grab her. So I don't grab her, y'all. But the knife, like, she wasn't even holding the knife correctly. Like, she was holding the knife. I don't know, y'all. She was just holding the knife like this. And her hand was like halfway on the knob of the knife. So I slowly grabbed the knife out of her hand. I put the knife in the kitchen. And I'm like, come on, let's go outside. Like, talk to me or whatever. Talk to me. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, y'all, but when I went upstairs to go check the time, I also put on clothes. But anyway, I didn't put on clothes. I literally had on my man's oversized shirt, y'all. But I went downstairs, walked her outside, and I'm just like, girl, what is going on? Like, what is going on? So she was just like, I'm so done with him. Like, I've done so much for him. I just married him. I literally went behind my parents' back and I married him. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, calm down, breathe. Like, y'all, hysterical. Snot coming out her nose, crying. She's like, I just went to the courthouse to marry him so he can get his citizenship, so he can be able to stay here and work. Da, da, da. And I'm still confused, y'all, because I don't know how visas and all of that stuff works. So I'm having her explain everything to me. She tells me that they're married, and I'm just like, y'all got married when? Like, why you ain't invite me? Like, what happened? When did y'all get married? She's just like, I just married him. And I keep saying when because I'm like, did this just happen like yesterday? Like, when did y'all go to the courthouse? Like, when? So she ultimately ends up telling me that they got married like a month ago, and they only got married to like help with his citizenship and they keep him working here. So when she tells me all of this, I'm like, so sorry. Like, I'm just like, sugar, I am so sorry. Like, you gonna get through this. Like, I'm just so sorry that you even going through this. Like, I keep apologizing to her. I'm hugging the girl. I'm trying to be there for her, but at the same time, I have never been through anything like that. Like, no matter what I can say, anything that I say, it's not gonna change that she done married a bum. Like, that's not gonna change the matter at hand. So I'm trying to comfort her or whatever. But the closer I keep pulling her to my chest, y'all, she just keeps screaming and snot is just going all down the shirt. Like, y'all, the girl is just crying so loud. And she's basically just telling me that she's done. She tried. He's ungrateful. And she's saying all of this crazy stuff. And she's like, I'm leaving tonight or whatever. Like, F the festival. I never want to come here. He wanted to come here. And I'm like as she's telling me all of this, y'all, in hindsight, it makes a lot of sense. Like, I'm putting everything together. I'm like, damn, so you want to come to this festival. Like, she probably paid for the tickets. I didn't ask her any of this, but she probably paid for the tickets. She probably paid for her portion and his portion of the Airbnb. She paid for the gas in her. Like, she paid for all of this stuff because you currently do not work and you out here wilding like this. And at this point, I didn't even know what the fight was, like what was going on or anything, but immediately I'm taking her side because I'm like, yeah, like, he's hella ungrateful. Like, he's wrong or whatever, but I'm not trying to make the situation worse. So I'm just like, yeah, it's okay. Like, everything's gonna be okay. Things happen y'all know the same rah-rah stuff that people say when stuff go bad. Like, you know, things happen for a reason. Like, God is about to put you in a better situation. Like, this happened so you can receive better. You know, I'm speaking life into her, y'all, to try to make her realize that this situation hurts right now, but this is temporary, girl. You gonna go back to Houston and you gonna boss up on him. Like, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna sting for a little bit, but in the long run, he's gonna be the one. Like, he's gonna be the one that's gonna be crying because he ain't never had a real one like you. I know it's not gonna be an easy breakup because, like I said, she's telling me that they're married and she did it behind her parents' back and all this crazy stuff or whatever. So I'm probably in the car with her for about a good, I want to say like 40 minutes, y'all. I ended up falling asleep. Like, the sun was coming up at this moment. We were both in and out of sleep. She ends up ultimately leaving. Like, I go upstairs, I pack some of her stuff. Y'all, when I say they tore that room up, thank God it wasn't put in my name because I don't care who married who. Baby, the bill would have hasn't been paid, but it wasn't booked under my account, y'all. But anyway, they tore the room up. I literally just threw all her stuff in a bag because, like I said, it was a 2-day trip, y'all. She didn't have a bunch of stuff, but I'm putting everything back in her bag. She ends up coming back in because she had to get her phone. I didn't know where her phone was at. And that same night, she basically drives back to Houston. And the next day, well, it was basically, it went into the next day. When I was woken up out my sleep, it was like 3 something. So it was already Saturday morning, y'all. Like, the trip, we had literally just got there a few hours before. So that next day, they didn't go to the festival or anything. Like, we literally just went back home. Like, my Jeff and we took him back to Houston, and like I said, I ain't paid for no tickets. It wasn't none of my money lost. I didn't contribute when it came to the Airbnb or anything. But yeah, that was one of the craziest couples trips ever. Obviously, later down the line, Jeff did end up telling me that the reason why they got into that big fight was because the man that she gave her number to earlier that night at the club, he was calling her. She was in the bathroom talking to the man on the phone, and I guess he heard her, broke in the door. They was going back and forth, and then she hit him, and then the situation just escalated, and that's why they was getting into the argument, whatever. But I didn't find that out until, like, Jeff didn't want me to, like, go back and tell her anything to, like, make the situation worse. So he didn't tell me about the situation that fully happened until the next day. Like, that night, I mean, it felt like the next day because we went back home Saturday. I think I got back to Houston around like 3 or 4 p.m. And that following day is when he told me everything that went on. So he didn't want me to, like, talk about the situation with him because everything was fresh. So I'm just like, this is a lot or whatever. What's crazy is they're not together anymore. That's why I could tell this story time, because they're not together. But after that situation, because this happened over a year ago, y'all. After that situation, they did end up getting back together. But I told y'all, if you not new here, you know, due to another situation that happened, I've been stopped really going out to all the activities with Jeff's friend group. I've been stopped really including myself, but he did come back and tell me that they got back together after that situation. But now they finito, like, they finished for real this time. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much the story time on how I was in this crazy on this crazy couples trip from hell. And the trip was really like a day trip because, like I said, we didn't see no festival. There was no food trucks. Y'all, we didn't even get to make it to the festival. Thank God this happened in the United States, and thank God this happened only 3 hours away from where we lived at, because imagine if this would have happened out the country or somewhere crazy. But anyway, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm trying to think of anything I'm leaving out because I low-key feel like, due to the lighting being off, I rushed this story time. So I'm trying to think if I left anything out. I'm really trying to think. Y'all might ask, did he get deported back to India? No, he is still in Houston. Are they all still friends? They are still friends. Like, Jeff and him, they're friends. Like, he just came to his surprise birthday party. Yeah, they all still cool. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the story time. Also, y'all, I'm so excited. I just posted the trip yesterday. I don't know when y'all gonna see this because, like, y'all can clearly see it's already late, but your girl is going to Tokyo, Japan, y'all. I'm going to Tokyo, Japan in March 2025. And I literally just put the trip up. We already got 3 people that book. There's a limit of only 10 people that can go on this trip, including myself and my other travel host. So if you're interested in going to Tokyo, Japan with your girl next year, 2025, make sure you check the link in my description box because I am gonna have all the details up, or DM me on Instagram and I can tell y'all more about the trip. But yeah, y'all, we going to Tokyo next year. Last year we was outside. This year we was outside. I think we did 7 countries so far this year. in 2025, we really gonna be outside and we going to bigger and better places. Like, ain't nothing wrong with the islands or Central America, South America, but y'all, we in Asia this year. And literally, I'm going to Bali. Y'all, I'm going to Bali next month. I'm so excited. But anyway, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Mwah.